Okay. In January, I was seeing a functional medicine nurse practitioner, and I'd been seeing her for about 3 years, and I'd been dealing with mold illness, Hashimotos, POTS. The POTS got really bad. I don't know if everyone's familiar with that. It's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and it feels like from your throat all the way down to, your chest, your heart just sometimes just feels uh, like it's just violently moving around and to where you can't sleep. It's worse when you're laying down than standing up. Um, so I had that going on, two tick-borne diseases that were the type that they're parasites that live in your blood cells. My hormones were off, so I was on thyroid, I was on mold medication, I was on she we started on the tick-borne diseases. I was on bioidentical hormones and lots of supplements. And I'm probably missing something. Brain fog, really tired. In January, I was having such a reaction to everything, the drugs, supplements, um, that my blood pressure went sky high. It was like 165 over 105, and had to call the EMTs. Um, I'd had a previous episode that didn't quite go that high, and I had gone into urgent care and they'd given me some time release blood pressure meds. So thankfully I had those on hand too. But so I told my functional medicine nurse practitioner, I just need to do something natural, and um, she said to me, you are so reactive right now that if you don't go get a stellate ganglion block, um, you can't be my patient anymore because you're in such a dangerous position. And the stellate ganglion block is where in your neck, somewhere around here, you have the vagus nerve comes together. And I think I was reading about, I think 80% of people or something, and they actually numb the vagus nerve and it numbs your head and your throat and everything, which I didn't do. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. And then they do it again. And that doesn't necessarily take, you might have to go back several times. So basically, for about 2 weeks, I sat there with no doctor and was pretty upset because I didn't know where to go. And sorry, that's when Val called me and told me about
Mhm.
about pHix. And she started off with telling me this is a product, the way it works, it resets a vagus nerve. And then she started to go on and talk about other stuff. I'm like, hold it, hold it. That's exactly what my doctor wants me to do, is reset my vagus nerve. So send me a bottle right now. And I signed up, and then we talked a lot more about it. But so January 31st, I remember it was in the afternoon, I got my first bottle. I took my first dose, and the POTS calmed down and I took a nap on the couch. Um, it didn't stay gone. It still comes back once in a while, but I knew right then that's what I needed. Nothing else had touched it like that. Um, and I had quit all my I quit all my drugs, period. Um, my eyebrows are growing back, so I'm thinking that my thyroid must be getting better. I haven't had it checked. It's been almost 10 months, I think now. Um, and I was having UTIs last year too. I had gotten to the point where I could only work about 45 minutes. I would do my reading class. I work at a Christian school and I homeschool my grandkids, but I just got to where I was just doing what I had to do. My house was a wreck and pretty much keeping my couch company all day and evening. So Um, Fast forward to now, basically now I am homeschooling my grandkids at my house with my daughter, five of them, um, from 9 to 12, and then I go to work for 2 hours at a little educational facility that I teach reading to homeschoolers and then help out with other stuff. And then I also lead a ladies' Bible study on Monday night. And then I started my very first college class of my life to do elementary education, going for an associate's degree with Calvary Chapel Bible College or Calvary Chapel University, and able to keep up on everything. And I had such brain fog before. And just to show you how much brain fog clears, I have an A plus. I'm into my second quarter and I still have an A plus. So um yeah, I was one of those slow improvers, you know. I went through a period of detox where every muscle in my body ached for about 10 days. It kind of started out really bad and then it slowly got better. So I know I could feel that I went through a few detoxes. And yeah, and like Valerie said, we were in the other company that she was talking about with the glyconutrients and saw some amazing things in my family too with that. So I am super excited about this new one coming out that's supposed to be even better. But I feel like I have my life back. I have energy. I'm still dealing with some of the issues, but it's getting slowly better. I need to improve my diet too. I don't have a really bad diet, but I could make it better. So that's all part of it too.
So I want to ask you, Joanne, first of all, how old are you?
68.
Okay, you're 68, so you sleep better.
Hmm.
You sleep now.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I was exercising and I got a little bit of vertigo this weekend. So I've been having a little more trouble sleeping because trying to sit up and sleep. But yeah, unless there's something weird happening, yeah, I can sleep. Wake up
Wh-
6, 7 in the morning and get my
Which
day.
was totally different from when we talked in January.
Right, right. It was like waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning and not being able to get back to sleep, which I found out that's usually because you're detoxing. And so your body's putting out adrenaline to try to detox, which I was obviously having trouble doing before. And then you wake up because you got that adrenaline going and can't get back to sleep for a while. So
Yes, so tell me about, tell us, are there some short little maybe things you could say about what you saw with the glyconutrients before?
yeah, I had a son that was a consistently nightly bedwetter, and they had a product with glyconutrients for kids. And the first time he took it, um, he no longer wet the bed. That was one thing that was so nice. And he was older, like 8 years old, and still having that issue. He had had a lot of health issues when he was born. Yeah. But another one, my brother would always put his back out, and when he did, he would be down for like 8, 10 hours on the living room floor. He was on the living room floor. We were down visiting in Seattle. He's laying on the living room floor. He can't even move his hand without killing his back. And so I started feeding him one of our products. Do you feel better? Do you feel better? Not yet, so in about 20 minutes, he could get up, and he immediately signed up because he knew he was just taking him to appease his sister. But yeah, it took the inflammation. That one was specifically kind of for inflammation. And yeah, he was able to get up in about 20, 30 minutes, and they're like, we're signing up. This stuff works. And then my mom too, she had rheumatoid arthritis and had taken a lot of aspirin, had to take a lot of aspirin to stay out of pain. And she had to go off of her aspirin. We had put her on a couple of these products, and she had to quit the aspirin because she had to go in for surgery. And when she quit the aspirin, she realized she wasn't in pain anymore. So it helped with her inflammation too. So yeah, those
Very
are
good.
personal ones. I mean, I heard lots of other people give testimonies too when we were at the meetings and everything.
Are you excited about the new product?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because I knew what the old one could do, and I'm seeing what pHix can do. So yeah. Yeah, really excited.